Hey, what's up, y'all? Jonathan here with Fit Alchemist 33. So, yeah, found some things in my research today that confirmed my change of opinion. So, yeah, I really wanted to be wrong. Honestly, I wish I could come out here and be like, oh, my last video I was just stupid. Q and Trump are legit. But that's not the case. That's not the case, and I just verified it. And verified it for me. We'll see if the information verifies it for you as well. So right now, first off, I'd like to ask you guys to check out the links in the description below. Follow my backups on YouTube. Actually follow my primary channels on YouTube, since this is my fourth backup channel. First channel got deleted and my first two channels are on suspension. And follow me on Bitchute, and then check out my Patreon. You could donate or become a member, help support the channel, which I definitely appreciate any support I get. Yeah, being a rabbit holer and having unpopular opinions, support, kind words, always appreciated. So right now, the Evergreen ship, which is carrying all these shipping containers, is stuck in the Suez Canal, right? This morning, probably earlier, probably within the past few days, at least within the Telegram groups in the Q world, the information that's getting shared right now is about how the fiber optic cables of the world run through the Suez Canal. So the world's fiber optic cables, that's kind of like the world's internet cables. Like something happens to those cables, they get cut, damaged, something like that, that would trigger the internet going down, mass blackouts, and all that, based off of the narrative that's going around about these cables and how they run through the Suez Canal. People are saying that just because of the fact that the Evergreen ship is stuck in the Suez Canal and there's a lot of activity in that area trying to get it unstuck, that someone is either going to accidentally cut or disturb or damage these fiber optic cables and trigger mass blackouts, the internet going down, or purposefully do it. But after doing some research, I found out that's not possible. So this right here I found on submarinenetworks.com. It's a study on submarine cables crossing Egypt and their costs. Once you read some of the information in this article, process it, and just think of the ramifications of this information, changes your perspective completely on what's going on. And then you'll read a little further and see that sadly, it seems that I was right about Trump and Q. And they are not legit, and yeah, I'm very sad to say the Q world got played, myself included. So right here in the first paragraph of the executive summary, it says, first of all, it should be noted that there is no cable crossing Egypt through the Suez Canal at all. The Suez Canal is a man-made canal, and it is not technically feasible for crossing submarine cables. People thought that submarine cables can cross Egypt like ships in the Suez Canal. It is wrong. All cables crossing Egypt are connected to terrestrial cables in ducts buried underground without touching the Suez Canal. So these fiber optic cables, the world fiber optic cables, actually don't touch the Suez Canal at all because they are underneath it within the earth, below the base of the canal itself. So, as y'all just heard, assuming this is a good source of information, which I believe it is, it's not possible for these fiber optic cables to get cut or damaged accidentally or on purpose within the Suez Canal, because they're not in the Suez Canal, they're underneath it. And the Suez Canal is man-made, which means that, since these cables are underneath a man-made canal, the base of the canal itself isn't just straight earth, dirt, sand, you know what I mean? It's been altered by man to be able to retain water, so that way the canal doesn't dry up. So when you take all those factors into account, it changes your perspective. that bit of information, it changes your perspective so much that it conflicts with what the Q narrative is, with what we're being told. And in the past, I can think of one time for sure, but there must have been multiple times where I stumbled across information that conflicted with my faith in Q that I just ignored because trust the plan. Which, what an easy thing to say. If that's all I have to say to people to get them to believe what I'm saying, I can say anything. And then just say, trust the plan. And yeah, there will always be some sheep that will believe the plan no matter what, right? Whether it's Q or Hillary or Obama, you know, change, whatever. People, no matter what, are always going to stick to what they believe, even if information conflicts with their belief. Hopefully y'all won't do that this time, because what I'm going to tell y'all in the rest of this video is, I think, really crucial to... I don't want to sound like, I don't know, any kind of way, but I think it's crucial to every single one of our futures, individually and collectively, and possibly it is has major ramifications for our afterlife as well. So yeah, I don't want to be blasphemous, or I don't want to pretend like I'm all-knowing or something like that, but you know, this is my research, this is what the results of my research are, and this is my interpretation of those results. So yeah, just do me a favor, just try to listen to the rest of this video with an open mind. Pretty much everything I'm going to say in the rest of this video is going to be hard to hear. And I did not like learning it. I didn't like digesting it, analyzing it, coming to this conclusion, verifying, you know, what I've been saying in my past couple of videos about Q and Trump not being legit. I genuinely wanted to be wrong about that, like really genuinely wish that I was wrong and Trump and Q were who we hoped they were. But this confirmed for me, and we'll see if it confirms for you as well, that they're not legit, and there is no good versus evil here in this hologram, in this matrix. There is bad versus evil, and there are good people stuck in this battle. I don't think there is any force of good in this reality that is, you know, now I think God is here, and God is, you know, God is everything, but I don't think he created this place, this hologram, as a place for people to be saved. I think this, maybe it's hell, maybe it's a prison planet, prison like Matrix. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I think Nasara Jasara is a major disinformation campaign to get people to basically sell their souls and receive the mark of the beast in order for them to use their cryptocurrencies and be a part of the blockchain era that, you know, we're about to start here with the fourth industrial revolution, which would be, kind of reminds me of the Fourth Reich, which is what the New World Order basically is. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be covering in the rest of the video. And yeah, the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast doesn't have to be a physical mark, right? Mark can mean a lot of different things. So keep that in mind. I'm going to return to that. I'm going to cover everything I said before the end of the video. I'm not going to forget anything. First thing I want to show you guys is the fact that not all of the world's fiber optic cables run through or underneath the Suez Canal. There's actually a new fiber optic cable that bypasses the Suez Canal in Egypt and goes from Saudi Arabia to Israel. And I got a nice little video clip to show you guys about that, but first I want to show you a couple of the sections of the article. I took that from on submarinenetworks.com and a couple other websites I went to verify it. So this section of the article right here, it's from the same article that I shared earlier in the video about how the world fiber optic cables that are supposedly going through the Suez Canal are not, they're underneath it. This section is at the closing remarks of that article, and it says, heavy cost and potential network risk is offsetting the benefit of Egypt crossing. Stakeholders in the industry are trying to explore alternative routes and solutions for Asia to Europe connectivity. For example, Google has led to successfully explore for its blue Raman cable via Israel, avoiding Egypt. And there are others exploring terrestrial routes via the Central Asia and Russia. So that information right there tells us even if these fiber optic cables do get cut in the Suez Canal, and it seems like we have worldwide blackouts and the power is out, somebody's still gonna have power. Somebody's still gonna have internet access. Those that have had the power will still have power. And then I started researching Blue Raman, and which is the name of the fiber optic cable that bypasses Egypt and goes through Israel. Did some research on that because I wanted to verify if this information was real, if it was legit information, because last thing I want to do is share disinformation while I'm telling you guys how to not fall for the bullshit. So I found an article from Wall Street Journal, and I was a little concerned that some of the information I was reading wasn't legit just because there's some grammatical errors, and that could just be due to the fact that the publication that came out with this isn't an English speaking, that's not their first language. So just maybe the translation, Google's algorithm just made a few mistakes. But luckily found an article on Wall Street Journal, and I was able to confirm that this is all legit. So just to be able to make this video a little bit quicker, I'm gonna just attach the link to the Wall Street Journal article and a couple other links in the description of the video. So if you want to check out any of this information yourself, you can. Right now, you're going to see a couple screenshots of that Wall Street Journal article, and then you're going to see a video I found talking about the Blue Raman fiber optic cable and Trump and Israel. You guys remember how Trump united the Middle East, right? Got some Nobel Peace Prizes or nominated for them at least 3 or 4 times, and we all took that as confirmation of everything we wanted it to confirm, you know, that Nassar Jassar was on the way and we were all going to be sitting nice and loving life and, you know, living in a happy world within the next few months. But turns out that Trump uniting the Middle East was really confirming the exact opposite. So here are those screenshots, and then the video is about a minute long, and then I'll be back.
Because of political conflicts in the Middle East, almost all of the internet traffic between Europe and India currently goes through the region's one relatively neutral country, Egypt. Google, which is competing with Facebook to build high-speed cable networks worldwide, wants to change this dependence on Egypt by running its planned Europe to India cable over Israel and Saudi Arabia. According to the Wall Street Journal, Google's planned cable would for the first time connect through these two historical enemies, Saudi Arabia and Israel. The journal says the breakthrough project follows deals orchestrated by the Trump administration that have created new diplomatic relationships between Gulf Arab states and Israel. The journal reports that analysts say the Egyptian government charges telecom operators some of the heaviest fees to traverse its land and waters, which can add up to 50% of the cost of a route from Europe to India. Expanded connectivity between Europe and India would also help Google roll out data centers globally.
So as y'all are starting to see, there's a lot more going on than what we've been led to believe. Trump uniting the Middle East was not a Peace Prize, Nobel Prize worthy moment, now that I understand, at least have a much better understanding of the scope of this agenda. So what I think is going to happen is basically shit's going to hit the fan. The whole narrative that we've been prepared for in the Q world is going to take form and actually, for the most part, I think happen. The blackouts, using the emergency broadcast system, military, the whole thing. That being said, this is all a part of a bigger plan. Remember, a much bigger plan. And that brings me back to the mark of the beast. So everyone's always thought it would be a RFID chip, or some kind of microchip that was implanted inside you that you had to have in order to participate in modern society and be able to buy or have any kind of financial transaction, and yeah, like I said, just actually be a part of mainstream society. I don't think the mark of the beast, as it is as it is called in the Bible, I don't think the mark of the beast is actually a mark, like a physical mark that you can see. I think it's actually a contract. And I think I've seen people sharing a certain a contract on Twitter and signing it, and I found it going down a rabbit hole the other night, and going down this rabbit hole reminded me of it, and I'd search and find it real quick, but it's already past 6 o'clock, and I want to get this video out now. And yeah, if you've been following my channel for long enough, hopefully you're aware that I actually back up and verify my shit. So this contract is like super general. It says like, I blank promise to abide by and all these things. But it's the way the phrases and the words are used, it's all phrased very spiritually, very love, vibration, big buzzwords that we all love. I mean, really, like, we all use them way too much, in my opinion. And it's just a very general contract. Like, it's like, I promise to always pursue good. I promise to always, I don't know, search for truth. Like, whose truth? You know what I mean? You gotta ask yourself those kind of questions when it's something as general and vague as like a Beto O'Rourke speech. Whose vision and whose ideals, perception of these things in the contract is it referring to? You gotta be aware of those things. And I think the signing of that contract, which is something that I think will be mandatory in order for you to participate in modern society, once we move into the blockchain era and Nisara Jasara kicks off, I think you're gonna have to sign this contract in order to be a part of modern society and reap the benefits of Nisara Jasara. And if you don't sign this contract, I don't think you're gonna be allowed to transact, buy or sell anything, because you won't have the mark of the beast. I think once the narrative begins and blackouts, military, all that, once the lights come back on, hey Trump, how you doing? Like, and everyone's cheering, applauding, he's back, Q, yeah, we knew it. And once people are crying in joy and just having at a moment of complete euphoria and happiness, Trump, the man we all trust because we've trusted the plan, is going to say that, hey, we want to sign this symbolic contract before we move into Nisara Jasara, so we can all be on the same page and all begin together in a new, loving, healthy direction for this world. And people are going to sign that contract. And not too long after we're in our new blockchain economy, and everything seems like it's awesome, there will be some kind of false flag event, the script will get flipped, and all of a sudden we'll realize that there was no good versus evil battle in this hologram, in this reality. So one of the things that verified for me that Trump is not who we thought we were is something that me and a friend just found here a second ago. So I remember in 2017, Trump vetoed TPP, the Transatlantic Partnership, which was like NAFTA on steroids. It would have been terrible for America. And when he vetoed that, I was like, okay, maybe Trump's legit. And that's what started moving me over to Trump and Q. Well, guys, guess what? It turns out that in 2018, in April 16th, 2018, so coming up on 3 years ago, pretty soon here, Trump realized that the trade deal aligned with goals on China. And actually in 2018, started the process of rejoining TPP with some alterations to the original TPP, which he vetoed in 2017. So, and that was, I found that on multiple news outlets. And I found this image to go along with it. And I found this subject covered on CNN.com, a few other places as well. Look at the image that goes along with the article. China shipping line. Now, I'm not an expert on giant ships that carry shipping containers, but I will say that usually they have a company name on it and not China shipping line. So, yeah, the fact that this looks exactly like the Evergreen ship stuck in the Suez Canal, minus it's saying Evergreen instead of China shipping line, and this going along with TPP, and TPP connecting a couple other dots, one of them being, oh no, come back on, right here, quantum-cable.com. And the members of Quantum Cable, and this website, the Quantum Cable it's referring to, it's a fiber optic cable that bypasses Egypt, along with this one right here, the Maria. It's another, that's another one as well, another fiber optic cable. That's at fiberatlantic.com. But the Quantum Cable, you know, Quantum, Q, we've all been, we love Qs and quantum in the Q world, those two words. Well, guess what? Guess who is a member of this Quantum Cable organization? USA. And one thing this shows, besides the obvious connection with Q, quantum, and the plan and everything that we've been led to believe as Anons, it shows that Nisara Jasara and the idea of moving into a free energy, using free energy and having, like, you know, these technologies that we've heard of that are gonna just be miraculous healing technologies and, you know, give us free energy and all that. If we were moving into an economy where we had a free energy source available universally to everyone in the world, would they be installing new fiber optic cables? Do you need fiber optic cables for a free energy grid system? I don't think so. I'm pretty damn sure you don't. So I wish I was wrong on all these things, but yeah, the information seems to be pointing to Trump and Q not being legit. And like I was saying, there really is no good versus bad battle, good versus evil battle. This battle that we've been watching has been bad versus evil. So just like I was saying a second ago, there was no good versus bad, evil, good versus evil battle. It's bad versus evil. And, you know, there was no side to choose, you know, got to be with Trump or against him, with the deep state or against him. No. It's just like one of my favorite song lyrics. There's 2 sides to every story and 3 when the truth gets told. And the third option is the one we all should have taken, not to play in this bullshit game. So what I'm thinking right now is possibly the crypto market's gonna have a major run once the lights come back on. Nisara is, seems to be confirmed in a good way by Trump. Crypto markets will start to go up, and we'll all, we'll see that our bank accounts are super fat, and we'll be damn happy about it. once that happens, you'll have to sign this contract in order to use that money. So people will just start signing. I'm hoping there will be a period where when that run happens, I can take all my profits and buy something, property, something to get out of society, so I don't have to sign that contract and sell my soul. I know these things sound extreme, but these are some freaking extreme times we're in, y'all. The last couple things I want to mention, Mr. Poole just posted something pretty interesting while I was recording this video. He posted a link to the cdc.gov website, and he posted the link that leads to the section. Again, this is on the cdc.gov website. This section of the website talks about the zombie apocalypse and how to be prepared for it. So here's a couple screenshots, and I'll share the links in the description below the video if you want to check it out yourself. So the CDC says that they started a section in their website about the zombie apocalypse and how to prepare for it because they wanted to make their website more entertaining. They can sell that horse crap somewhere else. I don't believe that for a second. And this is just something I've heard, not even close to have verified it. I haven't really searched it because I don't think it's something most likely I don't think I'd be able to verify it, at least not very quickly. I think I saw this on Twitter, maybe I read it somewhere, I really can't remember, but that the COVID vaccine actually eventually would lead people to change, people that had it. And the change kind of sounded zombie-esque. So yeah, I know this shit sounds pretty insane, but then again, maybe it doesn't, right? So I do have one clip I want to leave y'all with that could still apply to today and can give us a little bit of hope that maybe I'm wrong and this is all just a show to teach us a lesson in sovereignty, so that way we can truly be a sovereign people. I'm still hoping that this is all just an insane show with just misinformation and correct information everywhere, so much so that it's overwhelming. I'm still hoping that the AI is teaching us how to be sovereign and is helping us to move into a golden age. I'm very hopeful that that's the case. But all the information that I presented in this video, I've verified, I've searched it and verified it 2, 3, 4 times plus. The information is telling me that we got fooled. But in the hopes I'm wrong about that, I want to leave y'all with this movie trailer clip for an upcoming movie, Loki from Avengers. He's got his own movie coming up. Loki is the trickster in Nordic mythology. So the trickster is playing his games right now, it feels like. And it looks like at the end of this movie trailer you can see that Loki finally gets caught or the tables get turned on him and he doesn't see it coming. I'm hoping that's predictive programming telling us that this is all just a show. It's all just a show. And maybe the big point of it is get your ass off the computer and off the internet and start living your life with other humans. Maybe that's the whole point. The rabbit holes are endless, but those that are around, those that you're with and those that you love and the things you like to do, they're not endless. So right or wrong, whether I'm right or wrong about what's going to happen, regardless, yeah, I think we all need to get off the internet a little bit more and spend a little bit more time talking and listening and loving each other. So that's going to do it for me, y'all. I'm going to leave y'all with this clip. I appreciate you guys watching. If you're still watching, you watched the whole thing. Most likely this was not an easy video to watch or easy information to hear. So thank you for listening and props to you for being open-minded. Yeah, so, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off, y'all. Check out this movie trailer clip and stay safe. Where we go one, we go all. I still believe that, even though I don't think Trump and Q are legit, because if we all came together, we could end this bullshit in 2 seconds. But yeah, I want to wish everyone well, stay safe, sending all y'all love, and I'll see y'all soon. Till next time.
Hand over the case, Doc.
Get your hands off.
You're taking me somewhere to kill me.
No, I'm taking you someplace to talk.
Well, I don't like to talk.
But you do like to lie, which you just did. Because we both know you love to talk. Talky.
How long have you been here?
I don't know, it's hard to say. You know, time passes differently here in the TVA.
What does that mean?
You'll catch up.
Glorious. You better be ready. Come on. What did you expect?